Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things?
Yeah, we got more talking to do, Panny.
I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
Haha. Yeah, that was such a fun scene with Kate and Asterion. It was really... That was something special, trying to fix the two of them together and helping him woo Kate. It was bravo. Well done, game. You never fail to amuse me. You wanted a book?
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
The restricted section.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
Yeah. You knew I would.
You already knew I would, right?
Oh? Did I?
Come on, Pan. How stupid do you think I am? The place you sent me for this favor just happens to be where Calliope was attacked. You gave her the key. The same one you gave me.
He told us that before, though.
What's the angle? Tell me why I shouldn't be suspicious, Pan.
The truth? The truth is Calliope asked me for the key that night, no questions asked. Why would I refuse her? The truth is also that I have no idea what happened to her there. I wanted you to discover that on your own. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
I do. For this one, I do. Not without proof. I'm trying to.
I'm trying to, Pan, but you make this really hard.
Ah, yes. Doubt. What a fascinating concept, and an excellent reason to hesitate. Alas, it is my burden to be forever condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't accept that? If I find out you're somehow involved in this?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
I still need your help. I'll leave then. You are the worst. Do I still need his help? I don't really want to choose this because the help from him always comes with a price, and I'm not ready to pay him any more. I'm not ready to owe him any more favors. I'll leave then. Bye.
That's my cue to go, isn't it?
If you must. There are always alternatives, you know. You could live the high life, Grace. Throw caution to the wind. Embrace what you can before you...
That's why I'm going after Apollo.
Before I die?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
I've seen this story many times, Grace. I've told this story many times. And it always ends the same way.
What's the point of even getting to know me then? Right?
Bye, Pan. I'm going to Apollo. Time to head back home for now, but first I'm going to Apollo after I read the journal. Our trip to the reliquary confirmed what Medusa told us. Calliope was attacked at the reliquary and fled from there, probably straight to my apartment. It's bizarre, though. What was she doing there? Asterion said that while she snuck into the reliquary, she didn't actually take anything. She set off the alarms and then ran out, chased by both Asterion and Medusa, though neither caught up to her. This is really major. How will I find out what happened to her inside? I don't think there's anything new with Apollo. Athena. There's new dirt on Athena. Asterion mentioned that Athena came to the reliquary the day after Calliope died, tipped off by Medusa maybe. or by Hecate herself, I guess. Athena swore Hecate to secrecy about everything, but not Asterion, as he happily pointed out. But does this mean she knows what happened to Calliope there? I confronted Pan about the key. He didn't deny giving it to Calliope. Wait, so get this. Freddy and I went to the reliquary to do Pan's little favor, and guess what? That's where Calliope was attacked. That's where she was before she ran to my apartment that night. Not only that, but Pan gave Calliope the key to the reliquary. He gave it to her that night. He knew she'd gone to the reliquary, even when he asked me to do this favor, but didn't mention it. He's way more involved in all of this than he ever let on. Pan said that Hecate, goddess of black magic, might be of help in my search, and he was wrong. Very wrong. What he didn't say was why. She's the giant librarian witch goddess sworn to secrecy about anything related to her extra-dimensional tower fortress thing. Sounds weird? That's because it is. And she is, but she's also kind of earnest and cool, too. She knows the future, but will do whatever's supposed to happen because it's supposed to happen. I'll never wrap my head around that. She wasn't going to break her oath to Athena. At any rate, I had to go along with Asterion's crazy plan to woo her with a song. But I loved it. I'll admit, I'm still surprised she went along with it. My power doesn't make anyone do anything they don't want to, so I guess deep down she wanted to love as much as Asterion did. I suppose her book tells her how their relationship turns out in the end, but it doesn't look like it matters to her much. I hope this means she can be happy, at least for a while. Get this! The Asterion who Pan sent me is none other than the Minotaur. That's right, half man, half bull, but not really the monster all the stories talk about. Actually, I take that back. He's not a monster at all. He's an adorable, awkward, stuttering pile of man pudding who's hopelessly in love with Hecate, and he's desperate for my help to hook them up. It wasn't all that hard, honestly. I think Hecate was lonely too, and in the end she seemed happy to accept Asterion's hand once she was assured his love for her was real. And it is. I think. It really is. The two of them are ridiculously cute and weird together. Hey, my hunky Apollo of a man. So I've got something to report.
It's lovely to see you again, Grace. You are always welcome. Is there, something you came to talk about?
Apparently not.
No, that's okay. I'll see you later, Apollo.
We're not gonna have some kissy times? Fine. Maybe that's gonna happen in Act 3. Time to get back home. Is there gonna be a plot twist before we get to... Oh. Hermes.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
Why are you here? Did somebody else
That's my
die?
name.
Did another idol
Where's
die?
Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
You know Freddy?
What, you and Freddy are friends now? When did this happen?
When I came looking for you. Friday has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Which movie?
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends?
You can be her friend.
Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Is it the end of the week? Do I have a choice?
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually.
That's what I figured.
She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
Well, I want to talk to
She
her
could always
too.
come here. Everyone else does.
Yeah.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
Athena never leaves Olympus?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
She's probably been spying
So
me this
what,
whole
she
time.
just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the
Unless
reliquary
she
and places
murders.
like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Yeah. She's the only time she leaves is when she needs to murder someone. Is this what you do?
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really.
Any kind of
The old
transition.
Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, extra cool, right?
Yeah.
That's
true.
Clever. That's
I
clever.
can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
You knew the old Hermes?
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Or them?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
When you think about it, given Hermes' situation, I have a feeling I know why they ended up homeless, which is a really sad thing to think about. It makes but it makes a lot of sense. I love hearing about the backstories of the mortals prior to them transitioning by taking in the Eidolon souls. That's a really cool part of the lore again. Do you like running errands?
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose.
Yeah.
Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
That makes me wonder, like, if there ever was a Greek mythological god or idol that I would want to take in if I didn't have a choice and I had to take in a soul of one of the mythological gods. I'm curious, which one would it be? Hermes does sound like a pretty cool one. Does sound like it feels like he would be the closest. I'd have to think about that. All right, let's go.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you got it together really quick.
Yeah, thank you. I did, didn't I?
Thanks, I guess.
Thank you. I would like to think there would be a good number of people who would be interested in romancing Hermes in this game and couldn't. I would think there'd be some fans. All right. Ooh. I get a secondary trait. Interesting. Clever. Every punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. Or charming. This is a Grace with soul and charisma. She starts to do the right thing and everyone likes her more for it. So, okay, cool. I can get a secondary. Cool. Charming.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same to you.
I'm uncertain how you got access,
Same.
but even you must have realized it's off limits.
I'm not going to say anything about
particularly
Medusa,
for your mortal friend.
because I don't trust Athena. I have to prove my innocence. You're annoyed? You know what happened there.
But you know what happened there. That's where Calliope was attacked.
Yet it's not where she died, Grace, is it?
But she got
So
attacked.
because she made it all the way to my apartment, we shouldn't care why she was bleeding to death along the way.
Wisdom. Goddess of wisdom.
You think our judgment was rash. It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Like you care about Medusa? Then do something. I'm not going to say anything about Medusa. Where has that gotten them?
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Yes.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished
There
into
we
the
go.
ether.
Now, interesting.
Poseidon was next.
Poseidon.
Walked out into the seas, never to be heard
There
from
were
again.
Yeah.
Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
So you add to it?
So you add to it. I show up and you kill me off because you can't be too careful.
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate.
I see. It's about
Even
survival.
if it appears unfair.
It's all about survival. That means that matters. Surviving and living, continuing to live as an immortal is more important than doing the right thing. That's what you're basically saying. Is as long as you survive. Here's the thing. There's a saying. It's not about how long you live. It's what you did while you were still alive. It's not about the quantity of the number of years that you live. It's the quality of the life and what impact, what did you add to the world. If you lived forever and a day and you took away from the world or didn't contribute back to the world enough, that is not nearly as awesome than living a much, much, much significantly shorter life and actually living a fulfilling life that actually added positive things to the world. That's the difference there, sister. I didn't know. That's it. I could have helped you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry is sympathetic, or I could have helped you because I'm smart. I'm gonna go with my primary trait.
Yeah, it's too bad. I've been an idol for 5 minutes, and I've been out there solving problems you've all wrestled with for how long now?
Oh, snap.
I could have helped you, Athena. I could have helped all of you. But you don't see that, do you? You're so busy holding on to what you have. You can't see what you're throwing away.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is.
You're making your job difficult for
if
yourself.
If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
You're the one that's making it difficult for yourself. I don't want to discuss Medusa. I have nothing to say. Well, I mean, if I choose discuss Medusa, does that mean I get to ask her about what she did to Medusa, but not reveal anything about Medusa? Who can access the reliquary?
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
No. Same way Calliope got it. Pan did. She's gonna say you're not making my job easy. Well, it's because it's not gonna help you with the case. Pan did. I'm not gonna betray Pan. Same way Calliope got it. You're kidding, right? I won't tell you.
I'd rather not say.
Well, you're loyal, at least. I had to ask.
Tell me about Pan.
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your
I
thoughts.
don't think it was Pan.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
You went to the reliquary, right?
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true.
Exceedingly.
Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew.
For a few minutes.
Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make sense, though. What motive did I have? What was the motive? I'm gonna see if what I can discuss about Medusa, but I'm not gonna reveal to her
All right,
stuff.
let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
She tried to eat me. I'm not gonna tell her that. Why does she work for you? Can you uncurse her?
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
Was?
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do exactly?
Stop using her. Deal with her. I don't know. Stop using her.
How about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know.
Somebody needs to...
Now, if there isn't anything else...
Somebody needs to kick you off your high horse, sweetheart. I'm gonna go.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Will you? Really?
Really?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
I don't think I've been taking any cookies from you. I don't trust those cookies. I never take the cookie. Don't take the cookie. Oh.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
Are idols really dying?
Do you think she's telling the truth? About the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh. What now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
Can you come with me? I bet I know why.
Let me guess. To figure out why Calliope went there in the first place.
As usual, you're way ahead of me.
It's the only piece of the puzzle we're missing. Calliope went there because she had a plan. But what plan?
If she left clues behind, wouldn't Hecate have found them already?
That's a really good question.
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but not entirely.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you about to do a prophecy?
Those memories are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get flashes. feelings.
You were
Do you
special to
want
her, weren't
Grace
you?
to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
I mean, what weren't you and Calliope like important to each other? Because you know you were Apollo, she was a muse. So if I just have to touch, if you say all I got to do is touch something important to her, it's for science. It's for science, Paul. How do I get into the reliquary? You sure this will work out? How do we get into the reliquary? We need the key.
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's comforting.
What if Medusa is lying? What
don't
about
think she is.
Pan?
I don't think
we
she
could look
is.
into him some more, couldn't we?
We could.
Well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Deja vu it is.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well,
least at
I'll be
first.
following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a flash. Anything that gives us something to work with.
And if that doesn't happen?
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
I can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but why is she here again?
Because she's my best friend. There's no other way.
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
I think that's kind of the point, Grace.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Well, there's always running, right? Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous. It's just me. Okay then.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
Oh.
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far. If I get the slightest sense that something has gone wrong, I am coming in. Still, promise me you won't take risks.
Oh, Paul. I can't promise that. Don't worry. I'll do my best.
I'll try.
Ooh.
Ugh, can we just get on with this already?
Yeah, can we get on with this already? Can we get on with this? Freddy, you want to give us some privacy? Privacy? Oh, man. Freddy. Freddy. Freddy distracts Hecate. Be honest with Hecate. Sneak in the back. Why don't I just be honest with her? We're in good graces with Hecate. There's no need to burn those bridges. Be honest. Just be straight up with her. Why don't we just be straight up with her? Be honest with her. Come on. Let's not play this game.
Ah, so that is now.
That is now.
You were expecting
Because
us?
it's been written.
It
She
is
knows.
written that you would come, yes.
That is so cool. I kid you not.
I kid
Yet
you
it
not.
was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna sneak. Your book was wrong again. I didn't want to sneak in. I have to do this. Your book was wrong again.
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change.
Doesn't that make big ripples, though?
However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now?
Because you're in love? You owe me? This involves Athena. Don't you own the truth? This involves Athena.